You guys on Maker's Tree for episode 54, where today we actually have a very, very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, ZAYE PEREZ.
What is up, dude? I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Cody. It's really awesome just to be on this podcast.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. How was I at How going against the Blanchards? How'd it go?
It was a lot of fun. I we unfortunately got cheated on a round two match, and we didn't make it to round three. So sadly, no tag team champions. But Jonas, unfortunately, got involved and tried to shave my hair. But I'm here with a full head of hair, so nothing happened. So yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's good, man. That at least it's continuing with
heck
the
yeah.
with. Eventually, you guys will get the championships. Are you there? Oh my. I apologize.
My phone, and I'm so sorry. Are we back?
So sorry about that, man. Technical difficulties.
I'm so sorry about that.
Dude, no worries, no worries at all, man. So,
No, but
let's start right at the. Oh, go. You were saying?
no, it was just yeah, we got cheated. No more tag champions for the Flamin' Aces, sadly. But we're gonna get back at Jonas. We're gonna get back at Jonas, and we got Jay on our side now, so that's super fun. Jay came out to
Nice.
save us yesterday, so Super Aces come in full effect. Heck yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. So, can you tell us about the day
Thank you,
that
thank you.
you kind of, yeah, woke up and was like, okay, so today's going to be the day to go for professional wrestling. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was actually very funny. I mean, it was a whole lot of just complaining and a lot of pain, a lot of tears, a lot of everything. But yeah, I moved to Beaverton, which is really close to Portland, and it was during COVID, so there was no wrestling schools open, nothing open, and I had to wait a whole year to get to wrestling school. And the day I found out that wrestling school was open, I was just like, I'm gonna go and we're gonna try it. And I signed up the first day, and I was the smallest guy there, but we made it work, and I'm here today.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that was really awesome. I was seeing in your my story video how they were doing pump up kicks, and it's
Yes, it
at
was
what point
like
was it?
it
Oh, sorry.
at what point
At
what was
at what
no, you're all good.
yeah at what point was it that you were going to sides and it kind of strained your body enough that you had to kind of for a couple days, especially in the beginning.
Oh, for sure. I mean, obviously that workout is tough, and I feel so bad for anyone who does that workout in their like warm-ups or anything like that. But
Mhm.
I've seen that workout obviously like tryouts and like WWE tryouts, which it's a really hard workout to do. So that one obviously we had multiple workouts where it's just you just like so drained afterwards that you can't move. And yeah, I feel like all the workouts that we do at Oregon Pro Wrestling are destined to do that, honestly.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. So like I would say that get into a pro wrestler to make sure that your body is
Yes.
okay the next day.
Fully
So are you on like a
hydrated.
really strict like really strict sleeping schedule and whatnot?
You know what? I try to get at least 6 hours of sleep. And if it doesn't, then I'm very cranky and I hate being cranky. So I try to get those full 6 hours.
Dang.
Yeah, but
That is crazy.
you don't see me you don't see me staying up to like
Yes.
5 a.m. on weekdays. Heck no. I'm sleeping in at 9 p.m.
Yeah, so I have this neighbor Lolly who actually had a for you because I was showing her
Oh yeah.
your video and yeah telling her that I was going to be interviewing you and it was actually like you eat like that, like like if you eat specific will it kind of mess you up in your performance?
You know what? I have this conversation a lot with Spencer. So Spencer cannot eat before
Mhm.
a match. Spencer gets very sick before. I mean, he just gets super nervous before a match, so he just like is like he can't eat. Which I'm eating like pizzas before a match. I'm eating like not protein shakes, but like just candy, Red Bulls, anything that I can eat. Because like when I'm getting ready for a match, I'm honestly so hungry that I have to eat. So I
Okay.
usually eat like Red Bulls, just junk food, honestly. But just to I don't know, because I'm hungry.
Get yourself amped.
Exactly. Candy just makes me so
Yeah.
hyped. So heck yeah.
So like okay, well let's just start at the very thing. What actually drove you to create that?
So in high school, I used to do a lot of editing, like video editing, and I sort of did something like this, but it was very bad, and I deleted it from everywhere. So I tried to redo it with this whole story with the whole wrestling thing, and obviously got really good feedback, and I'm very thankful for that like that time in my life because I felt like it was a story I had to get out there and I wanted everyone to know my story and and everyone just brought a lot of support.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it is a really really good video. It's like I told you, I've shown people like my sister, even my sat there and watched it, and every that like afterwards that you're awesome in that whole story because it just shows like, you professional wrestling, and like those are like my favorite characters or who perform are the people that are passionate about it, and like I just resonated that with your video, and it's just really really awesome, man.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. No, I love this wrestling business. It's so much fun, and I recommend it to anybody, honestly. And watching it is as much as fun as it is doing it. So,
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you about like when you were younger and like playing video games and whatnot. Like, was there ever a time in which you were kind of in like into music and just practicing, like making entrances and just having fun?
yes, dude. I used to love playing the 2K games, WWE versus SmackDown versus Raw. I used to love doing those. I would create me, but like I'd make me so much bigger. So I used to love doing that. I used to like just practice my entrance. But yeah, before I got into wrestling, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what character I was gonna do, so it was a lot of fun just coming up with that character and that experience.
Yeah, yeah. So like how did it think out and just all of the things of being a wrestler, and then now like you are like a professional wrestler. You know what I mean? Like character
It's
and you're being booked on cards, and people are wanting to come and buy your 8x10s, and you're signing autographs. Like, you are a professional wrestler. That feel too.
it's just it's crazy. Just this is a dream I've always had ever since I was young, ever since I was 2 years old, ever since I was watching WrestleMania 22. Just waiting for this moment. But it's not going to stop until I become the best, until me and Spencer become the. So it's just uphill from now, honestly, just uphill.
That is freaking awesome, man. Yeah, you remember the WrestleMania 30 Daniel Bryan storyline, right? And it was like after that is when people
Right,
started to look at professional wrestlers different, where like you don't human being to do professional wrestling. You can be a little smaller and still be like. Did that story kind of as well? Like watching, I can do it.
right. No, that I watched the whole pay-per-view live. So just watching that moment for Daniel Bryan, it made me feel where you could be any size and you can just, be the top person in the promotion, like in a wrestling promotion. So it just made me view wrestling like a whole lot different. Like it changed the game for me. So yeah,
Mhm.
watching that was super awesome.
That is really cool, man. That is really cool. So I wanted to bring up to you because also on you touched that like you had like a really good connection with Cole, and that is something that a tag team needs. And it's like, did you guys ever, I guess, like sit there and kind of just like think about that?
No, Cole was just more of he was just more of a person that was in high school who helped me discover that passion in life with acting. So he was never really into wrestling. Sadly, I wish he was. He would have skyrocketed through the just wrestling scene. So
Hmm.
no, he was more behind the scenes, more of a production guy. He showed me that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
ask you
yeah.
if yeah, I was gonna ask you if like could you imagine if like he was in like some kind of director for a professional wrestling event, even though he may not really like, do you see that like he would be able to bring something that is just awesome?
You know what? I really would love to see Cole in the wrestling business, but I don't think we'd ever see that, sadly. He's killing it with he's working at Dutch Bros, so he's killing it over there. You know what? If he ever wants to move on to wrestling, please Cole hit me up. You know where to find me.
That is awesome. About got a
Right.
little so how did
Oh,
it
Spencer,
feel
dude.
when
Oh my God, my guy.
yeah yeah when you were just touching about you know you like this character,
Right.
were you ever expecting to be in a tag team and to meet somebody like Spencer?
No, we kind of just got thrown together, which it's very funny because Spencer and I are completely different. We are not the same person at all. So it just
Mhm.
we got put together because of a match that we were doing, and we kind of liked how we worked together. So we're just like, you know what, we might be a
Mhm.
good tag team. And ever then, we've been besties since. He loves me, I love him. I honestly couldn't imagine doing this without a tag partner, but I did not imagine having a tag partner coming into this. But I left with a tag partner. Now I love him. Now
Yeah.
I'm stuck with him. I hate him. I love him. It's like another brother.
Mhm. That is awesome.
But yeah.
Really awesome because I know that when you had done your match, you were touching on the video that you know you were very nervous going into that match, but then afterward he had like come up to you and was like, "You're not injured, like let's go, dude," and like you can actually like see that like in that
Right.
photo of like you not only be happy, but your tag team really happy for you, and that is really awesome.
Yeah, Spencer is awesome to have. He's that support system that I need in wrestling right now, and I love him to death. I couldn't imagine it without him. I always tell him that. So hopefully he knows. Hopefully it doesn't go to his head. No, but yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. So when you were actually injured during your debut match, and it was kicked you off of the side of the ring. Um, can you touch on like
Right.
if he or when he came up and kind of like apologized? What it
Yeah, he apologized, but it really wasn't his fault. It was more of just the landing, honestly. I feel like
happened?
in wrestling, we're trying to keep everyone safe. But he just was very upset that he did that, but he he didn't it wasn't his fault. Honestly, I don't see it as his fault. It
Yeah,
was more my fault of how I put my hand down.
yeah, yeah. I know. I thought I was also that when you had returned that it was that you were facing was that like so that they could not only be there to help you, but to like kind of make sure that everything went well and whatnot.
Yes, it was a lot of fun that debut. I really, the only thing I did not like about my debut is my pants, and I hated that those like whatever I had there. It was just really bad. The nude legging, I don't know what I was thinking, dude. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, just having them was super awesome. The support system too. Yeah, they were really happy with the results of all the students, so I was really happy that happened for it to happen like that.
Yeah. So, like, how did it feel when you and Spencer are like guys' gear together and you guys get new set of guys matching and going on and check out and like is that a lot of
All right. No, I love when we get new gear. I really just look at myself in the mirror for like a whole hour. A whole hour just sitting in front of the mirror. I'm just like, okay, it looks good there, looks good here, looks good over here. But the first time we got here, funny story, I dislocated my elbow. So I tried on the gear, first time ever, and I went into practice and I did a move that I've never done before, sadly, and I dislocated my elbow. So I was very upset about that. That I couldn't wear that gear for like a month and a half. So I was like, oh, dang. But yeah, anytime we get a gear, I always I'm always so ecstatic about it. Same with Spencer, probably. I actually don't know how he feels when he gets his gear. I should ask him about that.
Yeah, that I'll have to keep that in mind, man. So, like, what
Heck yeah.
exactly is your plan for your whole career? Do you want to and be a singles competitor?
You know what? If we could get up there with Spencer, that'd be great. I love Spencer's attack team, but if we eventually have to go solo, then we have to go solo. But yeah,
Mhm.
solo would be awesome. Same as tag team. I wouldn't prefer either. I honestly would prefer Spencer, to be honest.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. That is really cool. I was actually watching the for Nate Mickey Rourke, and when he's like sitting in the back
Uh,
of the van and he's kind of looking at all of his photos and all of his memories and whatnot. Have you like even as had those times where you're laying and just like thinking about the things that you want to do or the things that you have done, like just everything?
right. Yeah, I do. I have this thing on my phone where it's just like the list of matches I've had. I'm trying to keep counts so I don't lose track. And I'm keeping up to track, so it's good. But yeah, I just if I think of something in bed, I usually have to write it down in my notes because then I'll forget about it. And then I'll go to Spencer. I'd be like, Spencer, I have this cool idea. I think it's gonna make us a lot of money. And yeah.
Mhm. That is awesome. So like have you ever like texted him at like 3 o'clock in the morning just because like you had to just like write it down really quick and you didn't want to like you wanted to like word it exactly how it was going in your head at that moment?
You know what? I think I have. I think I have done that before, where I was just too excited just to tell them an idea. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's probably been done before by me, honestly. To Spencer. Sorry, Spencer. Probably kept you up.
That is freaking awesome, man. So like you had touched that you I think that there's always something in professional wrestling that draws fans to it. Like, what is it about professional wrestling you person?
Honestly, okay, you're gonna learn a really weird fact about me, but I cannot watch anything except wrestling. Like I have my shows, my occasional shows I keep up
Mhm.
with, but I cannot watch anything except professional wrestling. I have to. I just feel like it's like something I have to do. I feel like I can't watch anything else. I get so bored. You just start like dozing off. So I just watch professional wrestling.
That is
It's just
freaking
something I
awesome,
just
man.
do. I can't stop loving it, dude.
Yeah, so I had actually seen somewhere I think that you and Spencer had Nevada to wrestle. Is that correct?
Yes, we went to Reno, which we are actually going to go next week to Reno back. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is crazy, man. So like how is that like going on the road for him and having to travel outside the state and go and wrestle somewhere?
I'm with Spencer, but being 48 hours with Spencer is a lot of fun too. But sometimes you get a little bit tired. He gets a little bit tired of me. So just being together with him, honestly, it's a lot of fun. We get a lot of memories with it. So I usually look forward to a trip with Spencer if it's like in a different state.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. That is really awesome. So you were just like kind of touching on, um, spending a lot of time together. And was there time he kind of had to pump you up a little bit, kind of put some fire under you to get you to do something? And I think that that's something that like a tag team kind of does for each other. Is that something that is active between you two?
Right. No, there's been plenty of times where Spencer has helped me, especially yesterday with Pow too. He motivated me a lot, so that was a lot of fun. But there's a lot of times where I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't continue. I just felt like I had no more gas in me. But then Spencer's just like, listen, we're a tag team, dude. I love you. You got this. He's that friend that motivates you to keep on doing better. So it's just like having him by my side, it always motivates me. It always pushes me to be better. It always just makes me want to become better. So thank you, Spencer. Thank you for all you that you do.
That is freaking awesome, man. So, I actually had one more question for you about Spencer. And in your video, you go from explaining yourself where you're wearing a white T-shirt, and then afterwards, where feeling a little bit more confident, you change into the black T-shirt, and it's almost like telling a story of going from black and white, or being that different. You had
All right.
touched on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just freaking lost my thought. I apologize. Okay.
No, you're all good. You're
So
all good.
like so like you were sitting there and you were saying that you were ready to take over because you guys is, and you had just touched on that time in which you didn't really want to continue. And it's like, do you remember the exact moment in which he really like got you to believe, no, we are a tag team? Like, like
No, is so I don't know if you remember this, but I dislocated my elbow the very first time, not the very first time, my second injury. Um,
mhm,
I just remember that time that I just had no motivation. Like I got injured a second time in less than a year. So it just felt like I just couldn't continue. Like my story was done. I felt like I had everything to prove. Sorry, not everything. I had nothing else to prove. So it just felt
mhm.
like there was nothing for me to do. And Spencer was just that person that just I told him that I was done. Like I couldn't do it anymore. Like I'm going solo. I mean, well, like I'm quitting. And he just was like, no, you're not. Like you're not quitting. Like we're a tag team. We got so much more to do, and I'm not gonna let you do this. And he didn't let me do it. And we're here to this day. And I couldn't be more grateful that he did that because I wouldn't be here where I am today without Spencer.
That is really freaking awesome, man. That is really awesome. So one thing that I wanted to touch with you on was the voice memo. So like where were you and what were you doing thinking when you decided I'm gonna save this moment right here?
It was that time when COVID was a big thing. It was getting announced. I was in my senior year and I was graduating 2020 and I didn't go to graduation, sadly. But it was during that time and I was just like, the world's ending, dude. The world is gonna not be here. COVID's gonna take over and we're gonna die. And I wasn't a professional wrestler at that moment. It was 2020, so I didn't start till 2021. And yeah, that moment was just where I was at my lowest. And I was just like, I know I'm gonna wrestle. I know at least one day I'm gonna wrestle. And this moment right here is gonna be that time where I was at my lowest. And now it's just uphill. It's just uphill from now.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there ever a time in which you're standing before you go out to the ring and you're at the curtain and you kind of remember everything that like you've been through and what you do and who you are and let that like really guide you in your performance?
Right. The first thing I think about when I go out is I obviously think about my family first. I think about my mom. My mom is the only one that comes to mind, like first. And she's been my number one supporter throughout everything. She loves me. She only cares the best for me. And then the next one that comes up to mind is Spencer. I'm just like, we're gonna go out there and kill it. I love Spencer. We're gonna freaking kill this match. And yeah, I feel like those are the only two that come up to mind, my mom and Spencer. And yeah, I always get so emotional just talking about them because I feel like they mean so much to me.
Yeah, that is freaking awesome. So has your mom ever come and seen you wrestle at least once?
She has actually. We had a student show from Oregon Pro Wrestling, and it was in Portland. And she got to see me wrestle our coaches, which was a lot of fun. She got to see me wrestle one of the Golden Guys, Tony Tornado, Mickey Montoya, and yeah, she got to be there for that, and she loved every second of it. I remember Eddie Pearl went outside with I went outside the ring with me and he brought me to my mom and he slapped me in front of my mom and I was like, wow, how mean. And she got it all on video. She was cheering. She was cheering for the fact that I was getting hit.
That is awesome. Yeah,
She loves it
that
though.
has got
She
to be
loves it.
so, yeah, to like be like in the ring kind of making your entrance and you look out and like you see your parents' face. Like that's got to bring back like a lot of
Yeah.
memories and emotion. That's got to be crazy.
Mhm. It was. It was definitely a lot of fun. Thank you, Mom, for coming. Thank you for cheering. She loves me getting beat up. So
So about when you start to expand out, like you into Nevada, or you guys are going to going to other states, you to not who you're going to be the person that you come with being in such a competitive.
say that question one more time. Sorry, it was just a lot of I don't know what happened, but I don't think I got the full question.
Okay, we're thinking about going out to like other states, like you and Spencer going to Nevada, or is it ever exactly the different come with such challenging and cutthroat competition?
It's crazy. Just I mean that experience just going around the world and just wrestling is a huge opportunity, and it's so awesome just to meet the people that you wrestle. But I honestly haven't had any difficulty with any people. I feel like all of them have been super nice. Um, yeah, I feel like all of them. I feel like wrestling today is where everyone's supporting each other, and that's what I love. And it's all love with wrestling, honestly. Everyone's just trying to get more more and more reps, improving, and everyone's just helping each other. So it's nice.
That is really cool, man. That is really cool. So you were just and I asked you anything that you could be actively working on to improve your
You know what? I'm the only thing right now I feel like that I can do, which I feel like I like to put my personality out there, my emotions, my everything. I just feel like when I look at everybody else compared to me, I just feel like their moves look so crisp, and I feel like I want my moves to look a little bit more crisp, just a little bit more detail oriented. So that's what I want to work on, and obviously talking on the mic is something that I need to work on too.
Mhm. Spent like a lot of hours like standing in front of them cutting your own promo and just get
Just really going at it. Yes. No, my coach Ricky, he has this really good um exercise that I really like that he just says that you could just do a promo on anything, like a shoe or like a woman right beside you, like on the in the car driving right beside you. And I feel like it actually works. I've done it in a mirror. I've done it like in my car just by myself, and it works. It really does. I feel like it's helped me improve what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna say next, what just like get that comfortableness, I guess, around talking live.
yeah. Yeah, I've always heard that if you're gonna like cut, you have like the at least like the 5 bullet points of like who, what, where, when, and why. You know that you can actually,
Right.
I guess, advertise like a match. And so well, like what
Hmm.
what what told you that help you make heat or
I feel like honestly they've done a lot that they've said they've done. They've been my coach throughout the whole entire wrestling career. So I feel like
Mhm.
anything that you see that I do, they've taught me, and I've ran with it. Um, yeah, no. The talking wise, I feel like they're instantly. I feel like they're one of the best tag teams when it comes to talking on the mic. That stuff. But I feel like they've taught me a lot with.
Mhm. Yeah, dude, that is really cool because like I know that born for Ring of Honor, and it's like, how does it feel to be
Yes, they did.
getting recognized and actually getting that recognition that they deserve because they're fantastic. So,
You
like,
know,
how does that feel to?
it's it's crazy. It's crazy just to think that they're barely starting to take off, which they should have taken off a long time ago. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're so incredible just to even watch. I got the opportunity to see them at AEW Dark, and that was like when I realized like shit, like they're gonna make it big, like they're gonna make it big, big. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, the opportunity was super awesome. I take every word with like I don't know. I just feel like they're really helpful when it comes to their students. They really care. They really care about the whole future in general. So
Yeah, that is really cool because especially with them like helping everything, like Oregon is in really really good hands when it comes to training and producing wrestlers.
yeah, they are my coaches. I am so thankful that they are still here to this day. It's kind of bittersweet. I'm happy that they're not signed because, it gets us a little bit more time with them. But if they're signed, sadly, they're not going to be here anymore. They're going to be off, killing it, which that's what they're meant to do.
Yeah, yeah, that is freaking awesome. So I before we actually like close everything out, I just want to ask you, in the voice memo you had brought up that you were just sitting there thinking about like what you want to do, like what was that like, and what is it exactly that Zay Perez wants to do?
In that time, that voice memo, it was in 2020. So it was that time when I was graduating. So I kind of had a hard time deciding on if I wanted to go to college or if I want to go wrestle. And it was very hard for me because we had half of the side in my life saying go to college and then half the side saying no, follow your dreams. Kind of just like I was torn. I didn't know what to do. And obviously today I chose wrestling and I'm so thankful that I chose wrestling instead of going to college because I'd be in debt. Whew, I don't want that.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for actually allowing me to sit here and just talk with you. I appreciate.
No, thank you. It was so much fun. You know what? You are a very awesome person, and I got to meet you live. So thank you, for having me on here. You guys see Spencer here on soon, and you guys see
Yes, June
Jack
2nd.
Hammer, another OPW
Yeah.
student. Yes,
Yes.
so excited.
Yes, it's gonna be freaking awesome. Well, all right,
Yeah,
man. Well, I hope you have a very, very good night, man, and I hope to see you soon.
you too. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys. So that was interesting podcast interview with Zay Perez. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you guys get notified whenever I upload content. Make sure to go and follow me on social media at CodyT503. That's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And remember, May 27th at 2 p.m., podcast is going to be interviewing Hammer. It is going to be an awesome interview, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys.